And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Transport Fever. On the city growth side of things, we are doing pretty good. Indianapolis is growing still. We are doing pretty good. It's kind of leveling off a little bit, though, in the last couple of years, so we got to pay attention to that. But look at Nashville. Nashville has just exploded in the last, 5 years? Just 5 years, we've tripled the population of this city. Which means this route here is in need of some TLC. For those that don't know what TLC is, it's tender loving care. Also, this route here is still in need of upgrading. I would really like to get this on the same level as this Atlantic here, which is making us umpteen amounts of money. We are kind of ramping it up slowly, and our loan, as you might have noticed, our year has gone a little bit ahead because I've been paying off the loan as I can. So we are down below the loan amount that we started with, finally. So I'm just slowly eating it away as I get the money. But we're kind of moving into a new expansion phase here because I really want to get St. Louis connected to start growing that city, as well as allow for future connections maybe to Shreveport eventually. Springfield also could use a little bit of a connection coming right out of Indianapolis. I could connect either to the industry or to the residential, and I think I want to connect to the residential because I'm going to be pumping Indianapolis with all of the goods that these commercial and industry need eventually. It's going to be my main hub, and I want to see just how big I can grow this city down here. I mean, of course, we're also going to be delivering goods probably to the first level of the spoke here. So Nashville, Columbus, Chicago, and St. Louis, and probably maybe Springfield and Detroit eventually, because I want to move this line over to this stop here, and then use this last line there, rightmost line, to hop over to Detroit. I would really like to get Detroit working, building up as well. So our buses are now slowly going to be expiring. So we're going to have to think about that as well. I mean, I can have them go for a few more years without being upgraded, but I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go too crazy with it. I'd really like to wait until we get the next level bus, which is I think it's the Schneider, and that should unlock anytime now. That should unlock, and we'll be able to replace all of the vehicles with that, which makes it kind of fill as two roles. They'll be faster on the road, and they'll be able to hold, one or two more people. So that'll just move people a little bit faster and get them to where they're going a little bit more efficiently. So it looks like Columbus is sort of leveling off on its growth. It's still growing, but we've got this problem here that it is actually growing in blocking. I don't know what city planner approved that little expansion over there, but that is a problem. I took care of that problem down here in Nashville already. We were getting some growth across these tracks, and I said, no way, we got to nip that as soon as possible and build the tracks out, because these are going to be heavily used to go to all these southern cities. I might make Atlanta sort of a second hub city. So going to Atlanta will also connect into all of these other cities if I can manage it. Not 100% sure I'll be able to do that though. So we go over here and look at St. Louis. So we want to, is there price difference between the two types? Not really. Okay, so we're gonna go for the more modern look. And this one doesn't need to be a huge station because it's essentially going to just connect to Shreveport. All these other ones are a little bit quirky to hit with St. Louis. I'd have to bend around. Maybe Memphis. Maybe I could connect with Memphis. Maybe Baton Rouge, but I've already got this southern point here ready to go. So I'm not sure how many I want there, but four is a good number to stick with. I can always use another track or two for goods if I really want to. So this is going to be sort of, I want to back it away from the water a bit because I'm going to need to build a bridge over it. I'm going to need a little space to do that. So we're going to back it up a little bit back in here. And I want to give myself as much space as I can while trying to connect. I'd really like, the perfect place would be right in here. Connect all this residential, but that would be a nightmare of trying to connect the rail up to that. There's really no straight line connection if I did that. So going up in here would connect quite a bit of residential and give a lot of potential residential growth in this area. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a little spur that goes out like that, and we're going to continue this line out like that. So this will actually have a little bit more space. So I can put the bus depot, as well as give us a little bit more space on how to angle this. If I angle it too sharply, no, that actually would work a little bit better. Right in there. Kind of push it along the line of that road right here, and I would be able to then take this line out here. So we're going to go out like that, and then this road I can just push right along here. I'm not going to worry about the city-to-city connections with railroad tracks. The only time that will come into play will be if the city grows back in here and I add bus service, and the buses would kind of back up along the trains. But I'm not too concerned with that just yet. That's way down the line. And we're going to want to clear this out, make way for our track. I'm going to go right in the middle of the road here. And we're going to try to get this to connect here. But we want to keep that to be passable, if possible. So that's a very, very, very expensive line. So we don't want to get too crazy with it. So we're going to extend this a little bit more and see if we can't up that a little bit. I want to see if we can't save a little bit more money there. And granted, we're going to have to rebuild that bridge anyway when the time comes to make sure that it's... See, that's expensive. That is a very costly bridge right there. Look at the price difference between just a crappy wooden bridge and a steel bridge. Wow, that hurts. That really hurts. That hurts. Okay. So, with that line in, we can then maybe spend a little bit more money getting a depot in place. And let's see, how much is the depot going to be? Depot shouldn't be too much here. Don't have to clear a whole lot of land. But that just erased a ton of money that I just had. There's the Schneider right there. Okay. And I don't have any money. So I want to first get this ready to go for mainstream here. So we're going to extend this out a little bit. We're going to combine those. Bring this out. Like so. And this can also be combined into that one. Trying to square everything off here. Just to give the city a little bit more, less of these shenanigans here, and more of, you know, nice blocks of city. That way, when I place my passenger depots, it's not horrific. So I want to place this in here, but I don't have any money. Where did all my money go? Trains, you're supposed to be making me money. There's a little bit of money, but I want more money. Show me the money. There we go. We got a little bit of extra cash. So put this right in there. Now for the smaller depots, let's how do I want to nail this? I want to make sure that we get a bunch of the growth if it happens over on this side. So I'm going to put one on that side, and then we're going to put one over here. That might make that double back, so we're going to put it over here instead. And then to encourage, let's see, how do I want to do that? Right down Main Street. So let's do a line from here. Oh, drive on right. And then around the bend to here. And then right past this one. So getting all of that. So this is STL pass clockwise. And of course we need a depot. Because why not? Like so. And then we can make this road. I like to delete the road first, because then the road has to conform to the track. Otherwise, the track tries to conform to the road, and you get these weird bumps and humps in the road, and I don't really like that at all. So this way, the road has to conform to the track. And we still have a broken connection, which is this line here. So the same sort of rules apply with this. I'm going to try to bring this up and around. Like that. See if that satisfies the machine that is the game. Okay. So, oh man, we already passed a year. So, let's see. Daimler top seater. Oh, I'm not going to use that one. We also want a line that is from Indianapolis to St. Louis. And this one will be the red line. Okay, so we've got the blue line, we've got the cyan line, we got the green line, this is the red line. So those are all done. Now let's buy some yellow Schneiders. I could do with this one, but it's got increased running cost and Just one more passenger. It has a longer lifespan, though. That is helpful. Same speed, longer lifespan. Well, let's go with the Daimler top-seater. It's kind of, I haven't built those yet, so let's go with those. How about the price? Oh, just about $6,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are all on St. Louis passenger clockwise. Now all the vehicles in Indianapolis here need to be upgraded because they are all old. So we're going to set replacement to be the yellow Daimler top-seater, and we're just going to set it at 100%. Likewise, the counterclockwise guys, they are not yet old enough, but I think we are going to replace them anyway, so the speed and all of that kind of stuff is okay. So it's the red line, and we're going to set these to be replaced at 25%. So these should all be replaced simultaneously. Look at that. It's even got my logo up there. That's awesome. And to pay attention to which vehicles are in need of replacing, we've got this little doodad here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need another one on clockwise, or counterclockwise, I mean. So let's buy another red Daimler top-seater and put this on Indianapolis counterclockwise. So that way we have an even number of vehicles on both lines, or at least the same number of vehicles. Okay, I'm getting really sick of that noise. So let's see. These are what's the speed on these? 22. So the other ones, the max speed was 16, which I mean, I couldn't imagine a time when vehicles could only go 16 miles an hour. But now we're able to move faster. We're able to hold more. Instead of having to add vehicles to this line, we just went ahead and replaced all the vehicles with a little better models. So he's replaced. So now we can set this to no. These are all replaced. So I'm going to set these to no. Just so the next time they need to be replaced, we don't replace them with an old vehicle. We use whatever new bus is shiny and new for the time. So now these are running, and St. Louis knows that we are indeed servicing passengers, so we get a little bit of a response from there. But the big response will be when we add a train to this. And granted, we're not really covering too terribly much with this station. But again, I'm planning on having all of this fill in as much as possible. So similar to how this one has filled in around, and this one is continually filling in around. We're getting a little bit of gaps here and there, but these should eventually all fill in. So do we have enough money? We don't have nearly enough money. It's a little over $5 million for this vehicle here. If we look at the original value is a little over $5 million. So that is going to be the cost. And I'd rather spend a bunch of money. If we're going to need to take out a loan or expand our loan, I'd rather beef this guy up and get some more income on a line that's making us money already. So we're going to go for the Atlantic, and we're going for how many cars do I have on this? 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's 5.76 million per vehicle, or per replacement. So I'm going to need at least that much, because this thing is not worth, Yeah, we need at least 5 million in the bank for when this thing comes through. So we're going to then increase our loan. And we're going to do the little trickery with the engine again. So let him pull into the station. Because he's making us some good money, and we want to keep him making us money. So we're going to turn him around. We're going to yes 25%. Let him get past the midway point and reverse him again. And he should blink out of existence. And pop in with a new model. There we go. So no 100%. For some reason, I am now 102. Did I put the wrong cars on that? I think I might have put the wrong cars on that. So, yeah, 102, and this guy was only 84. That's kind of weird. What car did I put on him? I put these on there. That's why. Oh, that was... Oh well. They can go the same speed, so I didn't cripple the speed. But it is gonna be moving more people. Which is okay, because we got quite a few people waiting to move between the two. And it's a shorter route, so moving more people will make us similar amounts of money. And I want to repay what I can. Try to get below that, and then I'll let this run for another couple of years and pay off a little bit more loan, and then come back and we'll enable this line here. Although I'd really like to enable it sooner rather than later. Start getting that growth and development and that extra income. So I'll wait until the year is out and then come back next episode, and we will engage this line here. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.